And what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show, kicking off first pitch at 7:05, almost on the dot. That might be the first time ever. My name is Pep Fernandez. We appreciate you tuning in. We are live right now on Wednesday night. We appreciate you tuning in. Give this video a like before we get into anything else, and subscribe to the channel. I think we're like 1 or 2 subscribers away from 4,000, man. Come on, we're so close. You can help us out. If you love Inland Empire sports, if you love the IE, if you love positive stories, this is the place. Subscribe to the channel. We would appreciate it. Now, this show is going to have a little bit of a lot. And I know in the past we've had some longer interviews, some 15, 20 minutes long. We'll probably still do some of those as well, but we're maybe tinkering, with a new format, maybe showing a little bit of a lot of different things. So we'll see. We might go back to the old way. We might do both. We might have like a bunch of stuff and not talk about it for too long and move on to the next thing. And other episodes might be longer interviews, like podcast style. So we will see. So with all that said, coming up, we're going to hear from Greg Zomalt, the Orange Vista football coach who just stepped down a couple days ago. We have our I Am Gifted Athletes of the Week for Athletes of the Month for December, brought to you by Alexander Mattison, Raiders running back. We're also going to hear from Jayden Daniels after that dramatic playoff win on the road with the Washington Commanders. Now they go to Detroit to take on the top-seeded Lions. We also have an exclusive interview with the new head football coach at Notre Dame High School, Chase Gempeler. We're going to talk to Coach Gemp in a couple minutes as well. We got our Big Boost Play of the Week. That's from the wrestling mat at Paloma Valley. Our Ken Sporting Goods must-see game. It's Ivy League basketball. And we're going to hear from CBU women's basketball coach Jarrod Olson. After a rocky start in non-conference play, the Lancers are figuring it out just right at the right time. They're 2-0 in the WAC, again, trying to defend their Western Athletic Conference title and get back to the big dance in the NCAA tournament for the second year in a row. All right, we're going to start with the big news. It kind of broke over the weekend, at least for me. I was out at the Orange Vista High School football banquet, and before I go any further, I gotta say a big thanks to Coach Zomalt, his entire team at Orange Vista, Keisha Beeson, who is instrumental behind the scenes to pull off the banquet. It is awesome, man. They do such a great job. It's out there at the March Airfield Museum in Paris, Moreno Valley area, and they do such a good job. And a lot of us, not everyone, but a lot of us knew going in that this would be Coach Zomalt's final season and his final banquet as the head coach of the Coyotes. He made it officially official when he announced it to the crowd. And yeah, there were some like, what? Or what's going on? See, people were surprised that Coach Zomalt would step down with the program at doing so well at such a high level. Guys going Division I. It's in a really good spot. But I think naturally he thought that's why it's the perfect time to step down. So if this was his last game as the head coach at Orange Vista. Coyotes going on the road to St. Bonaventure up in Santa Barbara in the first round of the Division IV playoffs. But if you think about it, where the program started with Coach Zomalt, because he built it from scratch. He's the only head football coach they have ever known. They didn't play their first varsity game. They didn't have any seniors, but they had varsity football in 2017, and I was actually at their very first game. It was at Rancho Verde High School. Ironically, you're looking at highlights of Orange Vista against Rancho Verde at Rancho Verde. But it was at Rancho Verde, and they beat the Rialto Knights. We had coverage on Inland Sports that night, and who knew it would be a big night for the Coyotes, their first ever varsity win, first win for Coach Greg Zomalt. Fast forward, 2017, so 7 years later, they win a CIF Southern Section Division V championship last season, and they started out in Division 14, and they worked their way all the way up to Division 4 this season. So they've made massive strides, huge jumps, huge jump under Coach Zomalt. And a number of guys going Division I. In fact, at the banquet on Saturday, I saw Syer Gaines. He's now with Boise State. Some say he's the heir apparent for the Heisman behind Ashton Genty. So Syer Gaines was out there at the banquet. Ironically, though, when he played for Orange Vista last year as a senior, I think he had to miss the banquet because he enrolled early at Boise State and he had to get there. But he was at the banquet this year, and I got to see him real quick. It was good to see him. But he's just one of many Coyotes who have gone Division I, which under Coach Zomalt is part of the plan. I mean, of course, they want to win, and that's exactly what they did at Orange Vista, but he also wanted to get guys out, give them opportunities, and they certainly did that as well. Now, there is a coach in waiting. If Coach Zomalt's plan, if it's according to his plan, there's a guy he wants, and it sure looks like the coach in waiting will take over. I wish I could say more. We probably will on a future Inland Sports Show, because I already told him we're going to get him on the show when it's official. But Coach Zomalt says, listen, the program has never been better. It's in great shape. They've got some great coaches already on staff, and there's a lot of guys coming back. In fact, it was predominantly underclassmen this year. A lot of sophomores and juniors getting playing time, significant positions, including the quarterback Khalil Abdulaziz. So Orange Vista is in a great spot with Coach Zomalt stepping away. I mean, the cupboard is not bare. He's excited for what the future looks like for the Coyotes. Here was Coach Zomalt talking about the future of the program and this team.
Inland Sports.
Coach, back-to-back Ivy League championships.
Yes.
I know Orange Vista's a young school, relatively speaking, but man, you guys have done a lot so much, in such a short amount of time. How proud of you of this program where it's at right now?
You can imagine I'm extremely proud to be the head of such a strong program that we can go back to back in a league that's a strong league with strong competitors, it's just one of those things where we continue to grow, and we feel like the program is very special in that we win a lot of games and we win championships. So it's just trying to stay in line with what we've been doing here. Man, we got a young group. We played some youngsters this year. We had a fairly young team, and then we just got a bunch of guys coming back that got experience and they're talented and they're ready to work.
Inland Sports.
Yeah, you heard it right. Back-to-back Ivy League champions. 3 in a row in a very tough Ivy League that just seems to get tougher year by year. So, Coach Zomalt stepping away, and he told me there's no football in his future. He's going to step away. He's got a little side gig he wants to start as well. And the program is in a very, very good spot. Orange Vista is going to be very good against next year. A lot of key guys coming back. So, and we'll share more about their head coach, their future head coach, on a future Inland Sports Show. So stay tuned. All right, right now we want to present the I Am Gifted Athletes of the Month for December. It's brought to you by Raiders running back Alexander Mattison and his I Am Gifted Foundation. Alex does so much for the local community, and he wants to highlight a boy and a girl from his hometown of San Bernardino each and every month. So, Alex, without further ado, why don't you do the big unveiling? Here is Alexander Mattison with the I Am Gifted Athletes of the Month. Alex?
Hey, what's up? It's Alexander Mattison, and it's time to acknowledge 2 more outstanding student athletes for the I Am Gifted Athlete of the Month. For the month of December, our I Am Gifted Athlete of the Month, starting with the girls' side, from San Gorgonio soccer team, it's junior center back Angelina Garcia. The San Gorgonio girls soccer team won 9 consecutive games to start the season, including the Lady Coyotes Classic Tournament Championship at Indian Springs. Through their first 13 games, Angelina and the Spartans have outscored their opponents 25-3 and route to an overall record of 10-2 and 1. Congratulations, Angelina. And for the boys, it's Cajon's basketball standout, Amaj Noli. The senior center is averaging a double-double this season, netting 11 points and grabbing 10 rebounds per game. He's also averaging 2 blocks per game and is shooting 57% from the field. Amaj helped the Cowboys tip off Citrus Belt League play and is a huge piece to their victory on the road against Beaumont, 72-41. Congratulations, Amaj. And I'll see you guys again soon with 2 more I Am Gifted Athletes of the Month.
All right, that's the one and only Alexander Mattison, the pride of Cardinal City, now with the Raiders with his I Am Gifted Athlete of the Month for December. Now, when you talk about local guys making it big, and man, what a run for Jayden Daniels, right? Heisman Trophy winner, number 2 in the NFL draft. He gets the NFL. He's probably the Rookie of the Year. And he brings the Washington Commanders their first playoff win since 2005. He's doing this all as a rookie. Jayden Daniels, man, it's been a heck of a run for Jayden and the Commanders in not only this season, but now in the playoffs. They live to see another day, and they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in dramatic fashion. And they were able to do that thanks to Jayden, who had 2 touchdown passes. He also led them on the game-winning drive at the end of the game. And it just builds into the legacy, the lore of Jayden Daniels. And I said this on KCAL 96.7 FM on Monday, that it's all amazing and it's awesome. But to us who followed him at Cajon, we're not really surprised, right? Jayden is just that dude. I mean, he's literally hashtag that kid. But he is that dude, man. So comfortable. He feels right at ease in any situation on the field. They could be up 20, down by a touchdown, on their own 2-yard line, on the opponent's 2-yard line. Jayden is always that guy. And he spoke to the media today about that big playoff win and going forward now, taking on Detroit, the number 1 seed Lions, coming up in the playoffs.
I don't have an answer for you on that. I'm just competitive, man. You know, I just want to win. I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. But to answer the question, I really don't know. It's kind of just me just going out there and playing football.
And this is truly a full circle moment for you. This is going to be your first time back in Detroit since the NFL draft. I mean, how cool is that for this full circle to kind of be completed here?
I mean, it's awesome. Just somewhere where my dreams became reality, and now to go back and play a playoff game there against a very good team, it's just nothing but a blessing.
You have professed to be just steady and calm. Did the first playoff game feel any different to you at all? And as that you get deeper, has anything changed in the makeup of your guys?
Nah, it's just another game to me. Obviously, everybody puts the implications and, makes it bigger than what it really is. But at the end of the day, it's still the game. You got to go out there and stick to your routine, stick to who you are, the process of what got you there, and go out there and just play football. And then to the guys, we're just taking it day by day. Be what our feet are, and, we'll handle business when the time to come. Coach
said he loves the last 5-6 games. This is why you coach, is to be in those situations where you can pull it out. Sometimes it doesn't work out for you. What's it like for the quarterback of this team when you're in it to win it at the last minute?
I mean, it's like kind of what he says, what you live for. It's what you kind of play the sport for. To when it's time to go out there and make plays, you're going to see who rises to the occasion and make plays. So, we kind of thrive there. Obviously, we would rather go out there and win by 20. But when those situations come up, that's what DQ and them preach so much, and they teach us about situational football, so we're always prepared for those moments.
When's the last time you were nervous on a football field?
I don't know. I won't say nervous, but I think you just get butterflies. I kind of just, my dad always told me you get butterflies, that means you're alive, but it's not necessarily nervous because I'm always prepared. When did your dad tell you that, and what was did you embrace it, or did it come over time? I don't think I was ever nervous because it was just fun. Football is fun for me, but I just know that I'm always prepared for the moment. I could just go out there and live what happens.
It's been nearly 20 years since this franchise has won a playoff game. Have you seen it at all, the excitement amongst the community, amongst the fans, and what's that kind of like knowing that you were able to help lead and bring something back to this fan base?
No, I haven't been able to see it. I kind of stay in my own bubble right now, focus on what's next. But I could just tell a lot of people are excited. I mean, the people I kind of experience the most is my parents, so they always tell me about everybody that's excited to see them and stuff like that. But for me, I just kind of just stay in my own bubble, stay at home.
You've always been within your bubble, your family, your friends. You had your teammates from LSU come out and support you in Tampa. How integral has that support been, your support system, your inner circle been for you as you've gone throughout this rookie year?
Yeah, it's night and day. Just knowing that I have people in there, win, lose, or draw, no matter what, always going to love me unconditionally, always there to support me. And then, just see Malik and Brian show up to the game. They didn't have to do that. Could have been somewhere on vacation or anything. But, that relationship, that bond that we built over those couple of years, man, is just bigger than football.
All right, that was some of the press conference with Jayden Daniels, quarterback for the Washington Commanders. Again, dramatic win against Tampa Bay. Huge win for Jayden Daniels. I think I read somewhere he's only like the second starting quarterback, rookie starting quarterback in NFL history to go on the road in his first playoff game and win. I mean, dude, he has done so much this season, and the best quarterback in the class. I'm just going to say it. He is the best quarterback. I know the Bears took Caleb Williams at number 1. Looks kind of silly at this point, man. Jayden is that kid, that dude. He's a grown man now, but he is that kid. Best of luck to Jayden and the Commanders as they go on the road to Motor City, Detroit this weekend in the divisional round. All right, we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, live and amplified on Wednesday night. High school football, we're going to check in with the new coach at Notre Dame, Chase Gempeler. That's next here on the Inland Sports Show. And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kids Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. And as the football season wraps up across Southern California, turn to Sanitation Solutions for comprehensive laundry and athletic equipment services. They can take care of your weekly uniform laundry and end-of-season equipment inventory. And if you'd like to promote your business or organization on the show, send us an email. Help us share the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire. The Inland Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
Here are 3 tips for improved sleep for student athletes. Number 1, try not to perform any activities in your bedroom besides sleeping. This associates your bedroom with sleep. Number 2, only go to your bed when you're really sleepy and after a routine. This way, when you see your bed, you'll think of sleep. Number 3, if you can't sleep, get out of your bed or bedroom. This way, you can prevent your bed or bedroom from becoming a wakeful trigger. Sleep plays an important role in your development as a student and athlete. So if you want to play at your best, get some rest. Boostman.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. We are live and amplified on Wednesday night, trying to hit those 4,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do us a favor. If you love the Inland Empire, if you love positive stories, give us a like and subscribe to the channel, man. We're going to have a lot of cool interviews, highlights as well if you haven't done so already. I know a lot of folks out there who are already watching are already subscribers. We appreciate the analytics show that, but if you're not, if you're just casually popping in, just hit us a sub. We're not going to drown you with a bunch of stuff. We're just going to give you some good interviews and some highlights from around the IE. All right, now we're talking some more high school football, and man, every offseason, there's always coaching changes taking place across the Inland Empire. This is certainly the case once again, and let's see, hold on one second. And at Notre Dame in Riverside, they have a new head coach after going winless last season. Chase Gempeler, who has ties to not only Vista Murrieta, but Chaparral as well, will take over as the head coach for the Titans. He's got college coaching experience. He quarterbacked at the College of the Redwoods, a team that I used to cover, the Corsairs, back in the day. So you know he's a good dude, but he is very passionate, and he is ready for the rebuild. I mean, it was only 10 years ago that Notre Dame won a CIF Southern Section title. Now they're trying to get back. Coach Gempeler's the guy. Here's our interview with Coach.
Inland Sports.
On the Inland Sports Show, he is the brand new head coach for your Notre Dame Titans, Chase Gempeler. And Coach, first off, congratulations on the gig at Notre Dame. Give us a little background. Is this your first head coaching gig? Where have you been most recently? Just a little background bio on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my first head coaching job, especially at the high school level, first head coaching job in general. Previously, I was the quarterback coach, wide receivers coach, and the developmental OC at Mount Marty University. Before that, Graceland, and then Graceland University in Iowa. And then before that, coached some high school ball in Arizona, camps, private quarterback coach, things of that nature. So it's been all over the place past couple years, but definitely very happy to be back home, like in the Inland Empire. So, really excited about this opportunity.
All right, Coach, I'm going to throw you a real curveball first. Way back in the day, I'm a little bit older than you, but I covered the College of the Redwoods, the Corsairs. My first TV gig was ABC 23, KEF in Eureka. I went to Humboldt State. That was my first gig. And I think Alton Tomlin was the quarterback. I don't know if that name rings a bell. I think he set a bunch of records at the time. But give us your playing experience too. I know you're, a Corsair. Where else did you play? And maybe your high school ball as well.
Yeah, I'm actually I graduated high school ball from Vista Murrieta. I was at Chaparral before that. With my playing career, I was fortunate enough to be behind some D1 level talent. So I didn't really see the field much, unfortunately, but I just decided to bet on myself. I didn't think I was done playing. So I chose to go to College of the Redwoods. That was really my only opportunity at the time. And it worked out for me. From there, I did well enough to earn some scholarships to Morningside and Kansas Wesleyan and some other schools of that nature. But from there, I decided to go to to Morningside. Some things happened there. Unfortunately, I had to leave there due to some injuries and whatnot. But Kansas Wesleyan provided an opportunity. Went to Kansas Wesleyan, finished my degree there, and then from there, I got some coaching experience with under Matt Drinkle, who's now the head coach at Central Michigan. He's become a mentor to me, kind of like a big brother in a sense. And then from there, played some overseas ball and jumped right into coaching after that. So,
well, Coach Gempeler, did you always in the back of your mind think, I love football, I love coaching it, I love teaching it. Like whenever my playing days are done, I'm going to be a coach. I don't know where or when, but I'm going to be a coach. Was it always in the back of your mind, or were you like, I'm going to be a banker or an accountant or something someday?
So it's funny. When I was, I guess you could say like high school and around that time, I just knew I wanted to be around the game in a sense. Didn't know specifically how. It's funny though, my sophomore year, there was a quarterback in the room with me at College of the Redwoods. His name was Jarrod, and he was trying to learn and pick up the playbook, and he kept coming to me and asking me for questions, asking me for advice and whatnot. And I kind of grew the love for the mentorship aspect of everything, and took him under my wing. And then from that point on, I actually started training quarterbacks in the areas as young level kids and whatnot, but kind of just providing a mentorship for as many people as I could. And from there, I kind of grew the love and the passion for wanting to be a football coach. So I guess you could say it started early on.
All right, Coach Gimp, you're a pretty young guy, so I'm thinking maybe you were like the Ryan Tukwa and then Coley Candell era. Or am I? Well, Coley Candell's been there for forever, but am I somewhere in that right ballpark?
Spot on, exactly, 100%. Yeah.
So, who are some of your coaching influences?
Coach Eric Peterson was one of them from Vista Marietta. Coach Candell, obviously. Coach Raymer, who's the current head coach at Chaparral, Coach Tukwa, obviously. And then from that point on in college ball, Coach Frank Borbo was my head coach at College of the Redwoods. He became a mentor to me and someone I still talk to on a regular daily basis. And then from that point, Matt Drinkle's another one, as I mentioned before, kind of a big brother in a sense. He's the head coach at Central Michigan. Mm-hmm. Coach John Micheletti, head football coach at Mount Marty. And then if we're talking people I admire from afar, Cliff Kingsbury's always been a guy I've watched from afar in terms of his concepts and whatnot. Coach Pete Carroll, guys I grew up watching as a kid. I can go down the list, but those are some names right there.
All right, Coach. When Notre Dame opened up and you decided to throw your hat into the ring, what was it about this Titans job? You're like, you know what? Seems like it could be a good fit. I feel like it can add something to the program. What was it about this school and this program?
Well, first thing that was exciting was being back home in California. Mm-hmm. That was the first thing, being closer to my family. And I've been a part of a lot of rebuilding programs. I've been a part of some startups. Really, the opportunity to come in and create an impact not only on the football field, but in these young student athletes' lives. That really struck hard with me. I would like to really make an impact in some shape or fashion and a positive mindset for these kids. And I see a lot of potential here. Like it's an awesome place to be. A lot of support. The community support is unmatched. The facilities are solid. The administration, you name it. It is an awesome job. And I'm just very fortunate to have this opportunity, and I can't wait to get started with these guys.
All right, when you talk about get started, if you have a to-do list, you're writing down, okay, I got to do this and this and checking things off. What's at the top of your to-do list right now?
Get the whole team and program together for a meeting, go over standards, basically tell them we're going to turn everything around right now. And we can all be honest, the last couple of years have not been very positive in any sense. But, that's the first thing, is setting the standard right away, saying things are going to change now. And that's starting with a winning attitude and a want to compete, not only on the field, but in life in general. And that's going to be the first type of meeting that we're going to have. And then installing a weight room culture, a strength and conditioning culture, and really just bring some excitement to this, to the school. And I'm really, really excited about it.
Coach, if my math is correct, I think they won that CIF championship. I think it was 10 years ago. I think to the year. I think it was 2015. So it wasn't that long ago when the program was doing really well. I know there's a lot of tradition at Notre Dame. Is that exciting to you too? I mean, it's pretty old school. They've done a lot. There's a lot of tradition and legacy there to build upon. Oh yeah,
1,000%. That's the first thing I thought of when this job opened up. Because I knew back when I was out here, we always used to hear the name Notre Dame, in the playoffs, and just going to camps with certain guys who were on that team, and just knowing what it was beforehand. A very strong competitive culture. It took pride in winning, but it also took pride in doing things the right way, and that's definitely something that was really, really exciting. When taking this job.
Coach, looking ahead, I'm not going to ask you about the schedule or whatnot, but Notre Dame this past season was in the Skyline League, and that's a winnable league. It's very competitive. Do you feel like maybe just right out of the gate, your first year on the job, this is a Titans team that should be competitive in a lot of games, and I mean, who knows, maybe a playoff spot at the end of the season?
Well, I'm always going to be the most competitive person out there. I want the same thing for my players. We're going to go into every game thinking we're going 1-0 this week. And we're not looking ahead. We're not even going to look ahead to the pass banning right now. That's our first game. But we're going to install the mindset that we're going 1-0 every week.
Coach, when you took this job, and obviously it's your first head coaching gig, what kind of brand of football do you expect? I mean, you can take this question however you want. Like, hey, we're going to, I like to have like 5 receivers and we're going to throw the ball all over the place. Or, hey, I'm old school. We're going to run the football hard and we're going to put our best guys on defense. What kind of brand of football would you like to see from Notre Dame this upcoming season?
We're going to emphasize being the toughest team mentally and physically. We're going to be explosive. We're going to be disciplined. We're going to be the most hardworking team. That's 1,000% what I'm going to emphasize on and what we're going to emphasize as a staff and as a program. When it comes to the style of play, a balanced attack on offense and, a hard-nosed defense. That's us right there to a T.
Well, Coach, listen, congratulations on the Notre Dame gig. Welcome back to the IE, being an IE guy and back in Riverside County. That's pretty special as well. And I appreciate you jumping on the Inland Sports Show, and hopefully we can catch up again down the road and see how things are going with the Titans.
Absolutely, man. Feel free to come on by. I appreciate you very, very much.
All right, that's Chase Gempeler. He's the new head football coach for your Notre Dame Titans here on the Inland Sports Show.
Yes, sir. Go Titans. Thank you.
Inland Sports.
All right, there is Coach Gempeler from Notre Dame, the new head football coach there. We're going to take another quick break here on the Inland Sports Show. We're coming at you live and amplified on Wednesday night. We got power. We got electricity. Very excited about that. I know there are far worse things happening out there across Southern California. Just very grateful and appreciative for a lot of things, even the little things, even just walking into a room and turning the lights on, man. What a blessing. So it's been awesome. All right, when we come back, though, we're going to talk, high school football, high school wrestling as well, and some CBU women's basketball. 2-0 right now in the WAC. Here come the Lancers. We'll be right back here on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show, right after this. And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kids Sporting Goods in Norco. #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Olson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. And as the football season wraps up across Southern California, turn to Sanitation Solutions for comprehensive laundry and athletic equipment services. They can take care of your weekly uniform laundry and end-of-season equipment inventory. And if you'd like to promote your business or organization on the show, send us an email. Help us share the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire.
Parents, is it time for you to find another organization or club for your athlete? Now, before you switch it up, ask yourself these questions. Is your child missing practices? Do they have a bad attitude that's evident through body language? Are they running to you instead of talking to their coach? Are they stubborn about playing different positions? Do you sometimes question your child's effort during practice or competition? Are you, the parent, constantly harassing the coach? Now, if you answered no to all these questions, then maybe your boy, Boostman.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down and see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
The last time the Washington Commanders won a playoff game, the Washington football team, Jayden Daniels was just a little 5-year-old kid in the city of San Bernardino. He led them to a huge road victory as a rookie quarterback as the Commanders defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield 23-20 on a last-second field goal. We've been talking about Jayden Daniels' legacy already building at the NFL level. Here's another notch in his belt of just how great he has been as a rookie this year, Patrick.
Yeah, I can actually relate to the people of D.C., man. 19 years of waiting for this to happen. I mean, that's what happened with my Mariners. I'll never forget the announcer saying, 19 years of frustration, over with. Same thing with Jayden. He's done it at every level. I know we were just talking about this on air. I mean, he's always, or off air, he's always been a stud, and even in the NFL. I mean, that's how legit this kid from Purdue is.
Yeah, is this amazing and awesome? Yes. Am I surprised? Is anyone surprised who followed him at Cajon? At the end of the day, not really, because he's always done this. He's always looked comfortable, and it was easy to him. I know it's not. He makes it look easy, but he makes it look easy out there. And finally, the college football playoffs, we have our national championship set. It will be Notre Dame taking on Ohio State. The Fighting Irish using a field goal to beat Penn State, and a wild sequence at the end of Ohio State and Texas in the Cotton Bowl as the Buckeyes win 28-14. But that game was probably closer than that score would indicate. But Ohio State, Notre Dame, man, there it is, your national title game.
Yeah, so we got that coming up. So we still have some championship football, in our midst a little bit. It definitely seems, at least to me, the college football playoff, very successful, Pep. I think so.
I think so. It was a little slice of March Madness. Did we have any huge upsets? No, but man, it was fun. And I had people asking me, even my father-in-law, so the Rose Bowl was last week and the Orange Bowl's? Right. Yes, it is. Let me explain to you. So it was awesome. I think it got people who casually watch football excited about the college football playoff.
I think a little bit of tweaking will happen, and you can kind of see it this weekend with the NFL about how they didn't just
the reseeding.
Correct. Where they did the Lions are going to do the lowest seeded team. I could see a little bit of that working its way in.
Inland Sports.
Yep, just hanging out with my boy Patrick in the morning on KCal 96.7 FM every Monday and Thursday morning. We rock it out sports style, so check us out on the old FM dial, KCal 96.7 FM, and also streaming online as well. You can catch the radio there too. All right, let's talk some high school basketball. The Riverside Poly Bears are undefeated in the Ivy League right now, which might be the most competitive league in the area, top to bottom. If you didn't know, Rick Croy, the head basketball coach for CBU men, his son Jarrod is one of the star players for the Riverside Poly Bears. I was talking to Coach Croy about this year's team. He's like, man, they beat Rancho Christian. They went on the road and beat Rancho Verde. They're 4-0 in the Ivy League now. They've played a very tough non-league schedule. This pretty good Riverside Poly team, and they got another big game coming up on Thursday as they finish that first rotation through the Ivy League, and it's an always tough and well-coached Hillcrest team. It's the Ken Sporting Goods must-see game. Riverside Poly at home in the Bears Den, taking on Jackson Wood and his Hillcrest Trojans, who come in at 17-4 overall. Again, Poly 4-0 in the Ivy League, unbeaten so far in the Ivy League through that first rotation. This is a big game. I mean, if Hillcrest can pull off the upset, that Ivy League is going to get real muddled real fast. But if Poly wins, man, they are in the driver's seat going forward. But again, you got to play all those teams again, including Rancho Christian, including Rancho Verde. So it's our Ken Sporting Goods must-see game. If you're watching us live and amplified on Wednesday night, the game is tomorrow night, Thursday night, at the Bears Den, Poly and Hillcrest. That's going to be a really, really good one. Brought to you by Ken Sporting Goods. All right. Time now for our big boost play of the week, and I don't have it open in front of me, but somebody hit me up on X or Instagram. Man, all the details are sketchy right now, but somebody hit me up, and they're like, Pep, you got to give Paloma Valley Wrestling a shout out. And I'm like, you know what? You are darn right. They had a huge win against Lakeside, and it was dramatic coming down to the final match.
Inland Sports.
It's our Big Boost play of the week. Paloma Valley, considered one of the top programs, period, in the southern section, taking on the number 3 team in Division 1, Lakeside, which is the rival down there in southwest Riverside County. It came down to the final match. Paloma Valley trailing 35-33 to the Lancers win. Travis Coleman at 177 pounds wins the final match, pinning his opponent, and that would be at 39-35, the final score. That is how Paloma Valley wins this huge Ivy League match against Lakeside. And again, if you look at the rankings, Lakeside's the 3rd best team in all of the southern sections. That was a huge win for head coach Luis Robles and the Wildcats. So that's why we made it our Big Boost play of the week. Coach Robles said he had another guy who's highly state ranked beat one of the Lakeside guys who's also highly state ranked, which was another important critical match in that one. And Coach Robles is going to join us here on the Inland Sports Show next week. In fact, if you're watching us live and amplified on Wednesday night, they are wrestling against, I think it was Hillcrest. They're wrestling Hillcrest tonight in Ivy League action. So wanted to get him on tonight, couldn't do it. We're going to get him on the show next week so we can talk some more Paloma Valley wrestling. He has done such a good job with Paloma Valley, boys and girls too. They've both had a lot of success, so we'll talk more about that next week. And finally, some California Baptist University basketball. The women's basketball team back to their winning ways. The defending WAC champions beating Utah Valley behind a career-high 39 points and a school record 11 three-pointers from her, Chloe Lemon. And big win against Utah Valley as they go to 2-0 in the WAC. It was kind of a rocky, up-and-down non-conference slate for the CBU women's basketball team. They played a lot of good teams. This didn't have a lot of wins to show for it, but they got to conference play. They're finally getting healthy. Chloe Lemon's only played 2 games since she came back. She had an injury, which required surgery and rehab, and now she's back. She's better than ever. Of course, she's knocking down 11 three-pointers in one game, which is a CBU record now. So the team is finding its stride just in the nick of time as they go into conference play, and the Lancers are the defending Western Athletic Conference champions. They went to the big dance last year trying to make it back-to-back seasons. Here is head coach Jarrod Olson talking about the squad, riding the ship. They're back to their winning ways. They're knocking down some baskets, and they're 2-0 in the WAC going into this week.
Inland Sports.
It's just been really good to see us kind of like find a little bit of our identity. We're starting to play a little bit better. We moved the ball really well in the last game. I think it was our season high for assists as well as three-pointers. And obviously, like we said on the podcast earlier today, it's a fresh start. We're 2-0. We're in first place, and we're just happy that we're playing a little bit better basketball.
Inland Sports.
All right, that was head coach Jarrod Olson in his 13th season right now with CBU. In fact, I just did the Lancers Athletic podcast with him, this week. And man, we had a great conversation. I don't know how long it was, maybe 20 minutes or so. So if you haven't already, wherever you find your favorite podcast, you can find the Lancers Athletic podcast. We had a great conversation, and I learned a lot of things I didn't know about him. He played professional basketball in Ireland. He said back home in Nebraska, his dad is like a basketball legend, and his brother's also a basketball coach. So he was destined to do this, and he's got a really heartwarming story about when he first got to CBU, how welcoming the Lancers were. He was going through a family crisis, and CBU welcomed him with open arms and really took care of him in a tough time. So I encourage you, whether it's on Apple or Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, really good conversation with head coach Jarrod Olson this week. And you can find the Lancers Athletic Podcast with me each and every week as we talk to a lot of CBU coaches and athletes. Coach Olson this week, I believe it's going to be Coach Croy next week to talk some men's basketball. And then after that, we're going into baseball and softball, man. The season is Baseball and softball season is just about a month away. It is right around the corner now. The time is really flying here. So once you get past the holidays, it is happening. All right, that's going to do it for the Inland Sports Show. My dogs Denali and Tucker are barking in the background, so that's probably my cue to end this live stream. But again, we appreciate you checking us out live. I'm going to update the subscriber count. I was really hoping we'd hit 4,000 maybe by the end of tonight, maybe by the end of the show here. But really appreciate you guys who have supported the Inland Sports Show for so long. And I go out to a lot of games. I was at a wrestling match tonight. And just the positive feedback you guys give us, I really appreciate it. I've got a lot of help behind the scenes. I can't name everybody, but Josh Ali, Stephen Kono, Elijah Green, some of my guys. Of course, the Big Jeezy. I do games with him on Riverside TV and CBU. So it's a lot of fun. And we're just fans like you out there as well. We just love local sports. We love having fun with it. And most of all, we keep it positive, man. We just want to share the positive stories that are going on here in the Inland Empire at the high school and the college level. All right, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. You know the drill. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there. Really appreciate you tuning in live and amplified on the Inland Sports Show, and we will see you next week.